Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back. Today we are going to be playing with some makeup that has been just sitting in my makeup drawers. I feel like now is a time of year where we feel very influenced and like pressured almost to buy new things. There's a lot of new collections that come out during this holiday season. A lot of new makeup comes out, a lot of new stuff with new brands. And while it is fun to pick up some new pieces that you might need or like have your eye on, I personally like to just remember what I have and kind of go through and recycle and use some of the old stuff that I haven't used in a while so that it is kind of new to me, just to save money. I have so many palettes, I 100% don't need more. You know, I have so many foundations, I don't need more. So I want to kind of pass along that mindset to you guys and to just kind of recycle your makeup collection, kind of go through, rather than spending money, like copious amounts of money. I feel like makeup is like the most expensive that it's ever been. So I just want to, share with you that it's okay to just use what you already have and to kind of recycle and go through some old stuff that maybe you haven't touched in a while. You can fall back in love with it. So that is what we are going to be doing today. If that is something you are interested in seeing, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so hair has been pinned back and eyeshadow primer has been applied. I used the MAC Painterly Paint Pot like I normally do. And the palette that I'm going to be using today is one that I haven't really mentioned I think ever on my channel, maybe once or twice. It is the Jade and Beauty Bay collaboration. I've had this for a really long time and I honestly think I've used it maybe 2-3 times, which is unacceptable to me. It's a very colorful palette, it's huge, and I think I want to go for a khaki look today, so over here with these shades I'm thinking of what I want to use. There's no markings on these shadows, some of them look like they haven't even been touched, so it breaks my heart that I own things that I don't touch, so we're gonna go in and use this today and make the best of it. The shade I'm gonna start off with is this Capricorn shade right here. It's a nice chocolatey brown color, and I'm gonna put that on a Morphe M506 and put this in the outer corner. We're gonna start with the darkest shade today. Sometimes I'll switch it up and do the transition shade and then the darkest, but I think I wanna start with the darkest and work my way to the lightest today. I think that's gonna be the best plan of attack for me for these shades. And I'm using this brush because it's a precise brush, but I'm able to blend out the shade with it. And I'm going to start, oh my god, on the lash line and then bring it out, and then I'll blend it inwards, but I'm keeping the diagonal shape because that's what's gonna help my eyes have a nice lifted effect. I don't know if I've ever tried a Beauty Bay, I mean obviously I have this Beauty Bay palette, but I don't think prior to this or besides this, I don't think I've ever used Beauty Bay makeup, just used Be Perfect, which you can get off Beauty Bay. The good thing is I don't have to use a lot with this shade because it is so pigmented. I just have to remember to use a light hand. But that's with any dark shade that you use, you want to make sure to use a light hand and really work your way up, because you can always add more shadow, but you can never really take shadow away. And I am being messy with this because I am going to go in and clean up the outer corners. So I'm not worrying too much about how it looks, just focusing on getting it down and creating the shape that I want to create. Once both sides are kind of even, they're never going to be perfectly even because my eyes aren't perfectly even, but once they're kind of looking the same, we're going to take Orion right here, which is an army khaki green, and I'm going to put that on a Morphe M433, which is just a fluffy brush. And starting inside that Capricorn shade, I'm going to blend this inward. Wow, this is so pigmented. I'm impressed. Now I am gonna put a nice light cream shade on the inner corner, so I'm not bringing this all the way in, but I'm using this to kind of bridge the gap between that dark shade and the light shade I'm gonna put down. I'm gonna go in and add more Capricorn to this outer corner right here just to reinstate it. I'm worried that I lost it a little bit, and I'm just going up again in that diagonal shape, and then if anything I'll flick it inwards to kind of mesh it into the Orion shade. Look at that gorgeous gradient. This is exactly what I was going for. I'm so happy. The inner corner shade I'm going to take is just going to be a matte cream color, and for that I'm going to use Full Moon right here. I was going to take Intention, but I feel like it's a little too flat for my liking, So I'm going to use Full Moon. It's a bit more creamy, a bit more like banana-y, which will really help to brighten up the inner corner. You can get the crease with this step if you want to, like before you put the matte like cream inner corner down. I don't want to. I want to keep this as basic as possible because I'm a lazy girl. So I'm just going to go in and pack it on, starting from the inner corner and then working my way out. It's gonna help to just brighten everything up. Holy cow. I'm gonna blend it out with that Morphe M433, no extra product. Wow, yeah, that's doing exactly what I need it to do. These shades are no joke in this palette. Why is this like the first time that I'm realizing that? This is why it's so important to recycle through your makeup. You find gems that you didn't even know were in your possession. I'm happy that I used that shade and not the intention one. I like the way this looks. I don't really want to touch it anymore, the eye look, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the edge and add some liner and maybe add some lashes. I don't know if I want to do lashes yet, but I am gonna go do that off camera really quick, and then I'll come back and we can keep on chugging along with this makeup tutorial. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, eyes are done for now. We're gonna go ahead and move on to base. Primer I'm gonna use today is the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. I don't remember if I like this. Used it a handful of times and I think I'm still kind of torn on it, so we're just gonna use it today. But I've been loving the Hourglass one. That's the one that I've been using, so I haven't really had a chance to test out some of the other ones that I have. Not that I have a lot of primers, but this one I remember I was using for a little while and then I stopped. It gives me such a weird feeling on my hands after I put it down. It's like powdery, you know, which is strange. The foundation I'm going to use is this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. Mine is in the shade 103 Natural Buff, and I'm going to use it with a sponge. I use this, again, something that I used for a handful of times and then just stopped using it. I think I need to get this in other colors, like in other shades, this foundation. I keep saying that and then I just don't do it. But I feel like this is too light for when I'm really tan and then too dark for when I'm at my most pale. So I feel like I gotta get a few more shades, but the formula is really good. If you're oily like me and have like big pores and texture, I think that you would like this. I'm gonna do what I normally do, which is my cream products like before I do my concealer. So I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in Amber first. This is not something that has been missing for a while. I use this very frequently, but since my foundation is a bit on the lighter side, I do want to go in with a cooler contour, a cooler cream contour. So I'm gonna use this one on a Luxie small contouring brush. Go right above the hollows of my cheeks and press this in. Look at that shadow. This product is so good. If you are darker than me, I think it would come off as a bit more gray. So just keep that in mind if you are thinking about picking this up. It's definitely for, this shade is definitely for like more fair-skinned beauties. The cream blush I'm going to use is this Say Dew Blush, is what it's called. Dew Blush in Rosy, and it's just a nice nude, like neutral toned pink shade. It's not going to take away from the eyes. It's a very natural looking color. And we'll go ahead and just pat this in with my finger, and it really just melts right into the skin. Such a gorgeous formula. I'm gonna pull it down like to the cream contour a little bit. Concealer is going to be the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. This is very light, but I'm hoping I can get it to work with this foundation since it is a bit of a lighter foundation, but the formula is just so stunning. I really want to use it, so I'm just gonna pray to the concealer gods that I can get it to work with me. I'm gonna go one eye at a time. Yeah, for sure it's gonna be, but you know, it is what it is. Honestly, it's not that bad. I feel like it could be worse. I did go ahead and put it down the center of my face as well, just to add some balance, and it doesn't look terrible. I'm really not mad at the way that it looks, so we're just gonna keep on moving along. I am now gonna go in and set, since we are done with all the creams on our face. I'm gonna use my One Size setting powder. I'm sorry I don't have anything new, but this is just the best, and I'm probably never gonna buy another powder again just because it's so good, and I don't think anything else is gonna be better. I'm gonna take a powder puff and then set right where I put that concealer under here. This just really helps with my texture as well. and my pores. It just makes everything look so smooth. And I'm even gonna bring it down like onto the tops of the cheeks as well. Okay, for powders, again, I don't have anything all that new. I mean, none of this stuff is new, but I don't have like new old stuff, I should say. I'm gonna first take this Fenty Beauty Sun Stalker Bronzer. And again, I'm going to use this because my foundation is very light, so I want to keep things very cool toned, very neutral, and this is a great neutral, almost cool toned bronzer. I'm going to take that on a Morphe M530 brush, which is my favorite to use for bronzer. I will just let you know if you are thinking about picking this up though, that it sheds like you would not believe. And I'm basically gonna just follow where I put that Fenty matchstick and put this bronzer like in the same areas and like the hollows of the cheeks, and then bring it up a little bit. You don't want to go lower than where you put that cream contour, just because it'll ruin like the dimension that you already made in your face, that you created, I should say. And then the final step for face is going to be blush. This is Essence The Blush in the shade Befitting. Again, just a very muted pink, gorgeous nude blush. And I'm going to take this on like a fluffy angled brush and just put it back here. And then traveling down to meet where I put that bronzer. And it just offers a nice flush. Nothing too crazy. It's not going to take away from the eyes or anything. It's just going to make us look a bit more alive. Now before I forget, we're going to go in and do the lower lash line. I'm going to take my palette again, and I'm going to go in with the brown shade we used, the shade Capricorn right here. And I'll just press it up against the lower lash line, bringing it only like halfway in. Using the same brush, I'll go in with Orion, which was that khaki green shade, and I'll blend that out. I like my lower lash line to be very smoky. You don't have to do this. You can leave it like with just the Capricorn shade if you want. I like a nice smoky lower lash line to kind of match the upper lid that we did. I feel like it just adds some balance. And it also just hides all the fine lines that I have underneath there. Lower lash mascara is going to be the same mascara that I use on my upper lashes, the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. This has been my go-to recently. It's very good, but I wear false lashes, so I don't think I'd ever buy a full size. Pretty! I love the way this eye look is coming out. I'm so delighted. I feel like it's exactly what I had in my mind. We're gonna go ahead and do lips. I want to do a more brown toned nude lip, so I'm gonna go grab some products really quick. All right, I have quite a few lip products that I think I'm gonna use. I'm gonna start with this Morphe Honeymoon lip liner and line with this first. Once that lip liner is down, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Nude Nuance lipstick. I think this is gonna be exactly what I want it to be, and I'll just use this all over the lips. Then I'm gonna take old tried and true. This is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Endless Cacao, and I'm gonna do some lip contouring with this. Then I'm gonna take this Morphe Virgin liquid lipstick and put it in just the center of my lips right here. Just right there. And I think this is really gonna add some dimension. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. I straight up almost forgot to do my eyebrows. I think it's because I used to do my lashes and brows together, and now I've been doing my lashes immediately after my eyes, so I think I'm just getting messed up here. But now I am ready for my final step, which is just to bring back my little birthmark right here. And I'll use this one size gel liner pencil in the shade Point Made, which is just a brown shade. And this is the final look, you guys. I love the way it came out. I just love a green smoky eye. I love a khaki olive green smoky eye. I just love green in general, but these kinds of eye looks just make my freaking heart sing. This is why it's so important to like shop your stash and recycle your makeup and just like go through what you already have, because you find these gems that you forget all about, and then you use them and you're like, oh my god, I feel like I have a whole new palette now that I get to dive back into and use and have fun with. So I love doing these kinds of videos because one, it helps me remember what I love, and two, it, you know, kind of shows you guys that you can really just stick with what you have and not have to spend any more money, and you'll be perfectly fine. So if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Make sure, if you have not already, that you are subscribed to my channel and that you hit the little bell so you are always notified when I upload a new video. Let me know if you guys have ever tried anything from Beauty Bay. If you have a Beauty Bay palette, I would love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on this brand. I feel like I don't hear a lot about it. I think it's because it's a UK brand, so that might be it. But I believe that is it for today's video, you guys. I hope that you all enjoyed. I know that I did, and I will see you all in my next one.